Hey sports world, this is Rob Live coming back at you. And the last time we talked about Kobe Bryant, the great Kobe Bryant. But today I want to talk about NBA dynasties. And the reason I want to talk about this because I'm so tired of hearing people saying that the Miami Heat are a dynasty. In my opinion, I don't think they're a dynasty. It's my opinion. It's not a fact. Certain things I'm going to say is a fact, but right now this is an opinion. It's a strong opinion. The Miami Heat is not a dynasty. You look at dynasties in the NBA history, I say it's only about four. You got the Lakers, you got the Celtics, you got the Bulls. That's three. You can throw the Knicks in there in the 70s, but no, we're gonna go right now in this generation. We're going to take out the 80s Lakers. We're going to talk about the Millennium Lakers and the second go around with Phil Jackson Lakers. And of course, we're going to talk about the Bulls and the Celtics. Now, I told a friend of mine that this is the guy that said the Miami Heat will beat the 96 Bulls, which is blasphemy. He done lost his mind. There's no way in the world. To me, the 96 Bulls the greatest team in NBA history. The team went 72-10. They went on 6 different win streaks. They lost about one game a month, it seemed like. Now, he said, well, who's going to stop LeBron James? I said, well, you got Scottie Pippen. Now, Scottie Pippen in that era, Scottie Pippen was the greatest shutdown small forward in NBA history, besides Bobby Jones. But I give it to Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen will lock down LeBron James and get in his head mentally. Also spiritually. Scottie Pippen had the length. He had the size. He wasn't bigger than LeBron, but Scottie Pippen knew how to play defense. Then he says, who's going to stop Dwayne Wade? I said, are you kidding me? You got the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. Enough said. Then he brings up Chris Bosh. I said, got Dennis Rodman. The man averaged 16 rebounds that year, and Dennis Rodman was only 6'7". If he got in Alonzo Mourning head the way he did, and Shaquille O'Neal head the way he did, and Sean Kemp head, Chris Bosh, excuse me, he's not the most aggressive player in the world. Softy? Oh, he would eat him up alive. You see what Dallas did to him, Tyson Chandler, in 2011? Come on now, please. Then he brings up the bench. He said Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Mario Chalmers, and the reason I say Mario Chalmers is because he's a bench player. I'm sorry. Then he brings up Coles. I said, let me tell you something. The Bulls had grown men. It was men. Bison Dele, Judd Bushler, Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc. They had Ron Harper. They had Randy Brown. They had Diggy Simpson. The Bulls they even had the Chief, Robert Parrish, and John Solly. The Bulls had grown men that knew the game of basketball and know how to beat you. Mentally, strategize it. They just know how to win. Point blank. And they had the greatest coach ever. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't understand this Miami Heat talk. I'm not going to understand it. I don't want to understand it. It's a lot of people that know basketball. They wake up in the morning, they read the paper, they watch Sports Center, boom, they think they know basketball. Don't work like that. It don't work like that. And no, I'm not disrespecting LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. They're very good players, but they're not. That team should not be recognized as a dynasty. Now, this reminds me of the Houston Rockets, the 94-95 Houston Rockets. There was not no dynasty, and this is my opinion. Matter of fact, it's a strong opinion. The reason the Rockets got 2 rings is because Michael Jordan was not there. Point blank. That's all I'm going to say. So that's remind me of the Miami Heat, how the Houston Rockets was. And again, the conference in the NBA right now, the Eastern Conference is very weak. It's not strong at all. You got Miami Heat, you got the Indiana Pacers. That's it. Period. Back in them days, the 90s or the 80s or the 2000s, the NBA was strong. You know, it was tough. And I don't see Miami coming out in the 80s beating Boston or getting past Detroit or even Atlanta Hawks. I don't see them in the 90s getting past the Bulls or even the Pacers coached by Larry Bird. And that's just my opinion. So, to me, they're not a dynasty. The teams I name are dynasties. And that's all I got to say right now on a dynasty level.